Hello everyone, my name is Zach Mueller. Today is July 15th. I'm running out of witty things to say, and you're watching The Insider. Tonight we discuss the brand new bicycle site, the release of 6 new decks of cards, more discussion of Fool Us, and of course, we find some time to hate on Criss Angel. Let's get started. In the past few months, our team has been working very closely with the US playing card company in order to design their brand new website, which launched this morning. The new site, which is currently lurking behind me, features a brand new layout, independent sections on both Magic and cardistry, and product photography of every single deck of cards by Homer Lewag. Yeah, those aren't renders, that's actually an independent photo of every single deck of cards. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling. Speaking of playing cards, the Bicycle Titaniums are now back in stock along with 2 new decks of cards, the Tally-Ho Titaniums and the B Titaniums. That's right, we're Chromin Errythang. That should be our motto, theory11, Chromin Errythang. When the first titanium bikes were released, I have to admit I was a little bit skeptical. They didn't look that much different from regular bikes, but after actually getting them in my hands and playing with them, I became extremely addicted to them. Not like ridiculously addicted, not like a cocaine addiction, obviously, just like a mini addiction. It's nothing too serious. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. The first edition blue titanium bikes were also a little too faded for me, so I called up the USPCC and made sure that the new editions were 2 shades darker, because that's how I roll. I mean, I didn't actually call them up. JB made the changes, but you get the idea. Since we haven't brought up the UK show Fool Us in such a long time, massive sarcasm, Alan Rorison was recently on the last episode. Or rather, I should say, Alan Wowison. Oh, Jonathan Wass, you really couldn't have gotten that fixed? I mean, you're like 45. You think that somewhere throughout your life you would have gotten that attended to, but apparently not. Alan performed a very cool in-the-hands coin matrix, and he didn't fool Penn and Teller, but overall it was a very good performance. The audience seemed to love it, and he did a good job. Seriously, I'm still geeking out over as to why Jonathan Ross has not gotten that speech impediment looked into. It's a simple fix. On a side note, Alan was able to perform Smoke in his video intro, and you couldn't really tell what was going on because they only showed about 5 seconds of it, but now we can say that it's been done on TV, which is always a plus. Also in the same episode, Teller performed his signature effect Silverfish, which is honestly one of my favorite all-time Magic effects. I was able to see this trick live in Vegas when I was 13, and it's still one of my favorite Magic effects to date. It's the only effect that I've actually seen and literally gasped at the ending of the effect. I'm not going to play the rest of the video because it's too good. On a slightly obscure note, I am an avid listener of the Joe Rogan podcast on iTunes, and this past week a podcast guest and friend of David Blaine, Brian Callen, spilt the beans on David's new endurance stunt. Now, I'm not sure if any of this is true, but Brian Callen says that in his next special, David Blaine will be in a glass bottle traveling across the sea. Now, I feel like I've heard this somewhere else before, so I'm not sure if this is anything new, but immediately after he talked about it, he realized he probably shouldn't have been saying that on a podcast that 100,000 people listen to, and he apologized to David for releasing this possible top secret information, which I am now spreading to more of the Magic community. You're welcome. Whether this information really is top secret or if it's true or not, it really doesn't matter because directly after they started to bash Criss Angel on what a hack that he really is. So it kind of evens out. By the way, that whole hack that he really is thing was their words, not mine. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to read your comments from last week's question of the day and announce the winners. At the very end of last week's episode, I said that I had hid some binary code throughout the episode that was very hard to find. Little did I know that the end compressed file would be far too pixelated to even read the binary code, and it was more or less impossible to solve. But of course, I never lose faith in you viewers who have far too much time on your hands, and several of you posted the correct comment within 30 minutes of the episode airing. So congratulations on not having a life. It was a very close call, and 2 commenters, one on our YouTube video and one on the video in our media section, both posted the correct comment within a few minutes of each other. Both commenters had to do some serious guesswork with that incomplete binary, so I'm gonna go crazy tonight and award a Brownwind deck to the both of you. Congrats to Michael Davola, and insert username here. You both have a deck of cards that's worth more than all of your complete organs combined. Did anyone else get that Portal reference? No? Just me? Okay. Your question of the day for this week is, did you see Harry Potter yet? If yes, did you do magic for the Muggles in line? If yes, tell us stories in the comments below about your experiences. If you haven't seen the movie yet and you're going to see it this weekend or later this week before next week's episode, film a video of you doing magic to the non-wizards and post it as a video response to our YouTube video. Make the video awesome and title it Muggles vs. Magic, and it may be featured on next week's episode of The Insider. And you'll also win a pair of any 2 of our titanium decks that we released tonight. If you haven't seen Harry Potter this week and you have no plans to, you can go die. Seriously, we can't be friends. Once again, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next Friday.